So PS4 mods have been out for around a week now. A lot of new mods have been coming out since their initial release, as a lot of mod authors were kind of jumping on the boat like, hey, let's reward some of these PS4 users that have been waiting for so long. So with that in mind, I did want to make a follow-up to my initial video where I showed you guys what I thought were the top 5 PS4 mods available at that time. Now I'm going to show you another 5 mods that I think are just really good and worth a download. It's important to remember when watching this video, there are some major limitations on PS4, that being obviously no external assets or custom scripts, which again is going to put a huge restriction on what kind of mods you can get, but yet mod authors have been consistently getting creative and we still have some pretty interesting mods. If you guys do enjoy the video, I really encourage you to consider subscribing, but with all that being said, let's get right into it. So the first mod we do have is the DrakenVale Manor. So it's going to add in this really awesome kind of castle into Fallout 4. It's more or less a castle upon a hill, and I gotta say there's a lot of cool features about this mod, including first and foremost a big roller coaster that surrounds the castle. This is again a fully functional roller coaster. It's definitely using some of the assets from Nuka World. That's probably how it's incorporated onto PS4. Regardless, the actual mansion itself has a ton of cool and unique little features. There are a lot of little features here and there, just giving the castle a lot of life, or rather a lot of depth. It does have a very haunting feel to it. Basically, the lore behind it is it was owned by a prominent businessman, and now it is haunted or just has a haunting feel from his spirit, but nonetheless, it is a pretty cool place to live. It has a lot of options for storage and power armor storage even, and just some cool features all around. So next up we have the Prewar Sanctuary. So I actually really like this mod. Basically it's going to restore Sanctuary to its pre-war form. So basically what that means is all the buildings aren't going to be blown up or kind of falling apart anymore. A lot of them had the interiors redone, so now you can go inside and actually see it as they used to be before the bombs dropped. This may not be the most lore friendly mod, but I do like it in general. If you are actually living in Sanctuary, having all the buildings looking nice on the outside definitely makes it just a more pleasant place to live. If you're using one of the mods that adds grass in also, like Simple Green, it just really makes Sanctuary feel a lot brighter and just all around again feel like a nicer place to live. Everything isn't kind of run down and all that. When you actually use some of the newer components like the concrete walls, it does make it feel almost a little bit more modern and like there is some life there. Obviously this goes across some of the major themes of Fallout 4, but if you want that kind of thing, I definitely recommend downloading this mod. So up next we do have OCDecorator. This is actually a really cool mod and one I think should have came with Fallout 4 in general. Basically this is going to make it so all those kind of miscellaneous objects that are in the game are now available in the workshop mode. So things like Nuka-Cola bottles, little figurines, kind of like the stuff that would fit into your junk section, or rather the miscellaneous section in your inventory. Previously the only way you could really decorate your settlements with a lot of these objects, which a lot of them were pretty cool and interesting, was to manually place them down, which was painstaking, frustrating, and all around just a terrible experience. Well, what this mod is going to do is add these in again in the workshop mode, so you could use all the different controls and place them down much more precisely and just have your settlement work exactly as you want to. You could also choose to freeze these, so when you bump into them, they're not going to knock over and ruin like a half hour worth of hard work. Obviously this mod's not going to be for everyone. If you don't plan on really building up a settlement, you probably won't like this, but I think it's worth a download regardless. Even if you want some of the more minor details in your settlement, you could throw like a stethoscope here or a book here and just really lives things up and brings a lot more detail options to different settlements. So here we do have an awesome mod from Eleanor. The Outfield Retreat is going to add in a very cool and interesting player home inside of Diamond City. It is kind of built around one of those old school trailers, and again this is placed inside of Diamond City. There is technically a player home within Diamond City, but due to the settlement system, a lot of the different player home options were just totally removed from Fallout 4. Fortunately now PS4 users, you guys are going to have a bunch of different mods if you don't want to go and create your own settlement, and frankly I think this is going to be your best option thus far. Diamond City is obviously a real center of the game. There's going to be a lot of different shops and interesting people there. This little house or trailer or whatever you want to call it is very high detailed. There's everything you want inside, all the different crafting workstations, tons of storage, and of course a bed. So last but not least, we have a world to come. Basically what this mod is going to add in is a little bit of a quest and kind of a backstory to this massive Deathclaw mod. It adds in this creature called the Gojira, and basically this is going to be a very tall and very powerful Deathclaw, or really a modified Deathclaw. I don't want to spoil too much because I think the best way to play this mod is just to experience it, and especially considering there's not many quest mods for PS4 just yet, I think this one is definitely worth a download, although I would definitely go in prepared as there's definitely a fight ahead of you. That's going to pretty much wrap it up for this video, guys. I do hope you you enjoyed, especially your PS4 users out there. I do plan to make subsequent episodes, and I guess you could call this a series based on when we get new mods for PS4. I don't really have a date. It's not going to be a weekly or anything like that, just when I feel appropriate. As always, I thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed again, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.